Grants for the month of March. So this month, we have many grants, from small business grants, to six-figure grants, to a $200,000 grant, to launch grants, and grants in many states. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde. Welcome. Please subscribe to the #1 community for real estate income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know what these new grants are for the month of March, those that are expiring, they need to apply now, make sure you watch the video to the end. Leave a comment below if you need help with anything. So we're going to be sharing with you new grants every month, from work from home grants, to SBA grants, to small business grants, to self-employed grants, to fast grants, to financial assistance grants, to startup grants, and much more. And we're going to be updating our calendar section on my website, AskRinde.com, where you can download March's grants list. And you can view our calendar section for the latest updates on grants. Also, our Grants Masterclass is now open. So if you'd like to learn how to properly get your business in the stream of getting grants consistently, where you're actually not facing feast or famine, but you're actually moving your business forward in strategy and knowing how to get grants consistently, make sure you join us for our Grants Masterclass by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on Grants, and getting started today. You'll be joining a team of people from all around the country who are experiencing this great masterclass and using the tools and the strategies that we share in the masterclass to change their business for good. So make sure you connect with us by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on Grants, and getting started today. #1, California, Antioch, $5,000 to $25,000 in grants. So the city of Antioch, the Economic Development Department, and Forward has established a new $1 million grant program for small businesses. So these funds are coming from about $25.5 million in ARPA funds that's been allocated for small businesses. And the goal with these grant programs is to help businesses that have been negatively affected by the pandemic. So they're encouraging all small businesses to apply for these grants. And they've established 2 grant programs, one for small businesses and the other a facade grant program. So for the small business grant program, they're giving out these grants for operational costs as well as overhead. So the grants range between $5,000 to $15,000. And for the facade grant program, this is a reimbursement grant program. Those grants go from $5,000 to $25,000. Now with the reimbursement grant program, they actually want you to actually do the work. So you're actually going to be putting up the money and actually doing the entire project. And then they will reimburse you up to 67% of the project costs. So that's actually a reimbursement program. Now for the small business grant program, they actually are giving out the grants in tiers based on revenue. So as I shared here many times on my channel, there are many grant programs all around the country that are giving out grants based on revenue. So they're giving you the money commensurate to the revenues that your company generated. So for this grant program, they're giving out the grants based on 3 tiers. For the first tier, up to $50,000 of revenue, you qualify for $5,000 in grants. For the second tier, between $50,000 and $1 million in revenue, you qualify for $10,000 in grants. And for the final, if your revenues are actually over $1 million, you qualify for $15,000 in grants. So to qualify and to apply for this $5,000 to $25,000 in grants, you must meet the following criteria. #1, your business must be located in Antioch. #2, you must have been in business since March 17th of 2020. #3, you must be currently licensed with the Secretary of State. And finally, #4, you must have less than 25 employees. So the deadline to apply for this $5,000 to $25,000 in grants is in 30-day increments. So this is actually how they have this grant program set up, where they're giving out the grants based on 30-day increments until the funds are depleted. So to get more information on this $5,000 to $25,000 in grants, you can go directly to the platform that the City of Antioch has set up to administer the grants, and that is the Forward platform, by going to their website at forwardplatform.com. #2, Florida, West Palm Beach, $5,000 to $50,000 in grants. So West Palm Beach is administering a new grant program for entrepreneurs and small businesses called the First Steps Grant Program. So this grant program is designed specifically to be able to help businesses catapult to the next level, to actually move them forward in their marketing, in their equipment, and in their inventory, and really in their sales overall. So the grant is being administered by the Office of the Small and Minority Business Grant Program. And they've established 3 categories in order to disseminate and give out grants to entrepreneurs. For the first category is for marketing, and they're giving out $20,000 in grants in that category. For the second category is for equipment and inventory, and they're giving out $50,000 in grants in that category. And for the final category is for new businesses, and they're giving out $20,000 in grants for new businesses. So to qualify and to apply for this $5,000 to $50,000 in grants, your business must meet the following criteria. Number one, you must be a for-profit business. Number two, your business must be registered in the state of Florida. Number three, you must be certified as a small business. And finally, number four, you must be current on taxes. So as I shared here many times on my channel, many grant bodies are looking for your business to be current on taxes. You also don't want to have any violations. You want to be current when you're actually going for specifically these type of ARPA funds or these state-run grant programs that are giving out money to small businesses. You don't want to be behind and then apply for the grant because you're going to get denied. So this grant is actually based on a first-come, first-served basis. So there's no deadline. They're actually going to be giving out the grants as long as the funds are available. So if you'd like to get more information and apply for this $5,000 to $50,000 in grants, you can go directly to the website at wpb.org. Number three, Indiana, Fort Wayne, $25,000 in grants. So the Dyer Foundation has announced a new grant program called the Dyer Grant Program. Now this grant program is designed specifically to assist for-profit businesses as well as lend financial support for entrepreneurs. Now the goal with this second round grant program is to focus on black-owned businesses. So the Dyer Foundation has done many things inside the greater Fort Wayne area, and they're looking forward to actually expanding this reach and helping business owners that have been struggling or helping business owners that need access to resources and capital so that they can actually have a chance to grow their businesses. Now, one of the unique things that you'll notice about this grant is that it's coming from a foundation. And as I always share, there are many foundations all around the country that give out grants to for-profit businesses. And this is an example. You just need to know where they are, how to tap into them, and actually how to find them. And we included many of these foundations in our resource area on my website, AskRinde.com. There are resources actually available inside our resource area that can actually change the game for your business if you actually know how to tap into it and if you actually use the resources that we give you inside the resource area. This is why we actually place and find and curate and find these foundations from all around the country so you can actually have a unique advantage and an edge in applying for grants and getting more resources coming in for your business. So foundations that give grants to for-profit businesses are a key source to be able to get money for your business. So to qualify to apply for this $25,000 in grants, you must meet the following criteria. Number one, your business must be located in the greater Fort Wayne area. Number two, the business must be black owned. And number three, the business must be a for-profit business. So the deadline to apply for this $25,000 in grants is March 28th. And the recipient will be announced on May 10th. So to get more information to apply for this grant, you can go directly to their website at dyerfamilyfoundation.com. Number four, California, Palmdale, $5,000 to $20,000 in grants. So the Los Angeles County Department of Economic Opportunity is administering $54 million in grants targeting small businesses as well as micro businesses. So the goal with these grants is actually to help these businesses transition and grow. So if you're a micro business, you can actually move up to a small business status. And if you're a small business, you have the chance to not only stay in business, but to actually grow your business. So there are 4,000 grants available, and they're looking to disseminate 4,000 grants. And so far, there's been over 10,000 applications. In California, there's a lot of need for businesses to stay open, to continue to grow, and to weather all the issues that's happening all around the country as well as in California. So with this grant program, they've established two phases, a growing trend that we're seeing all around the country. So for phase one is a $2,500 grant specifically for micro businesses. And for phase two is a $15,000 to $20,000 grant that's actually specifically for small businesses, excluding businesses in Los Angeles. So to qualify and to apply for this grant, your business must meet the following criteria. Number one, your business must be located in Los Angeles County. Number two, your business must have revenues less than $50,000. Number three, your business must have been in business since December of 2019. And finally, number four, your business must be a for-profit business. So to get more information to apply for this $5,000 to $20,000 in grants, you can go directly to their website at grants.lacounty.gov. Number five, the Democratizing the Friend Grant, $25,000 in grants. So Hello Alice is back at it once again on behalf of UBS, administering the Project Entrepreneur Program. So this program is specifically meant to focus on female founders, helping them get access to resources, capital, and much more. Now for this round, They're focusing on female founders in New York City that have a scalable business. So in addition to the $25,000 grant, they're going to be mentoring 20 female founders. So to qualify to apply for this grant, the criteria is quite simple. Number one, you must be a U.S. resident. Number two, you must be a for-profit business. And number three, your business must be located in New York City. So the deadline to apply for this $25,000 in grants is March 3rd. And you can get more information and apply for this $25,000 in grants by going directly to the website at helloalice.com/grants/UBS. Number 6, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, $50,000 to $200,000 in grants. So the Urban Redevelopment Authority has launched a new grant program called the Avenues of Hope Grant Program. Now, observing the need for redevelopment in many local communities, the Urban Redevelopment Authority has allocated about $7 million in grants and investment funds to be able to get projects launched. So for this round, they're actually focusing on 7 key communities that actually need redevelopment in Pittsburgh area. And these communities are Perrysville, Center Avenue, Charters Avenue, Homeworth Avenue, 2nd Avenue, Larimer Avenue, as well as Warrington Avenue. Now the great thing about this grant program is that they actually have 2 grant offers. Number 1, they actually have a $50,000 grant with no match investment needed. And number 2, they actually have a $50,000 to $200,000 grant with a cash equity investment of 10%. So if you know much about these type of grants all around the country, it's important to understand the value of this one because they actually have a grant program that does not require equity match investment. This is huge. This is actually a great way for you to actually launch out, not only expanding your business, but also further your real estate holdings without actually putting up any money because they're actually not requiring you to actually have any match funds whatsoever. So this is actually a big game changer. So to qualify to apply for these grants for $50,000 all the way up to $200,000, you actually need to be located in one of these 7 communities within this location. Now they're going to be releasing more guidelines and details of how you can actually qualify and position your business to be able to receive these grants. And you can actually get more information by going directly to their website at ura.org. Number 7, the Catalyst Fund, $5,000 in grants. So the Global Entrepreneur Network, along with MasterCard, is teaming up to give over $5,000 to Black entrepreneurs in specific locations in the U.S. So Black-owned businesses and Black entrepreneurs in Atlanta, Birmingham, Dayton, Ohio, Los Angeles, New Orleans, New York City, St. Louis, as well as Washington, D.C. can qualify and apply for these $5,000 in grants. And the goal with the Catalyst Fund is to raise the resources as well as the network opportunities for Black entrepreneurs. So to qualify to apply for these $5,000 in grants, your business must meet the following criteria. Number 1, you must be located in one of these 8 cities. Number 2, you must have less than 10 employees. Number 3, your business must be 51% Black owned. And number 4, you must be a for-profit business. So the grants are being administered by Hello Alice. And the deadline to apply for these $5,000 in grants is March 31st. Now you can get more information and apply for these $5,000 in grants by going directly to their website at helloalice.com/partners/MasterCard/Catalyst Fund. Number 8, the Fearless Strivers Grant Contest, $20,000 in grants. So the Fearless Fund, along with MasterCard, has launched the Fearless Strivers Grant Contest. So this grant contest is for Black female entrepreneurs. And the goal is to help these female entrepreneurs get funding and get access to capital. In a world where many of their businesses have the lack of resources as well as the lack of access to getting the funds they need to scale their businesses, this grant contest gives them the ability to be able to get on an equal playing field and to further their business and scale their businesses forward. So this is the 4th and final grant period for this year for the Fearless Strivers Grant Contest, as they've already had 3 subsequent grant periods closed this year. So they're going to be choosing 4 winners this year for $20,000. And in addition to the grants, they're also going to be getting digital tools as well as mentorship. So to qualify to apply for this $20,000 in grants, you must meet the following criteria. Number 1, you must be a 51% Black-owned woman business. Number 2, you must be a U.S. resident. Number 3, you must be 18 years or older. And finally, number 4, you must have business revenues of $50,000 or more. So they actually want you to have generated some business revenue in your business. And the application process is quite simple. You actually simply need to fill out an entry form on their website to be entered to have a chance to win the $20,000 in grants. So the deadline to apply for this grant is August 31st. And you can get more information and apply for this $20,000 in grants by going directly to their website at fearless.fund. Number 9, Maryland, the BGE Energizing Small Business Grant, $20,000 in grants. So BGE, Maryland's largest gas and electric company, is once again giving grants out to small businesses. Many of these small businesses are BGE customers, either through their personal accounts or through their businesses. So this is BGE's way of giving back to businesses in the state of Maryland. So to qualify to apply for this $20,000 in grants, you must meet the following criteria. Number 1, you must be a for-profit business. Number 2, you must have 25 employees or less. Number 3, you must be current with the state. You actually want you to be in good standing with the state. And finally, number 4, you must have revenues of less than $7 million. So this $20,000 in grants is being administered by Hello Alice. And the deadline to apply for these grants are August 24th. Now you can get more information and apply for these $20,000 in grants for your small business by going directly to the website at helloalice.com/grants/BGE. So these are just a few of the new grants in new states. We couldn't include all the grants as we try not to keep the videos too long, but there are many new grants all around the country. So make sure you drop your city and your state in the comment section below so we can make sure that we cover you. Also, our resource area is the top resource area for small business grants all around the country. So if you'd like to learn all the new grants that are coming out for small businesses, from short-term grants to small business relief grants to long-term grants to fast grants and much more, make sure you go to our website at AskRinde.com, click on grants, and get started today. And get connected with us in our resource area where you'll learn more about how to grow your business and how to get access to grants as well as capital for your business. Also, our Grants Masterclass is now open. This Grants Masterclass is a game changer. We help you to show you how to get grants consistently coming into your business as an income stream month after month. In this Grants Masterclass, we show you how to position yourself so you can actually grow your business and actually get grants as an income stream. And we also show you the formula for grants, the missing piece, the key to how to get grants consistently. So our Grants Masterclass is the top masterclass for grants. If you'd like to actually join us and get connected with us, you can actually join that masterclass by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on grants, and getting started today. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.